Well, I've completed 4 weeks of the keto diet, and that can only mean one thing. It's time to step on the scale and see what my progress is. I had a really good week this past week. I got all 5 weight workouts in. I got 10,000 steps a day. My macros were immaculate. The only thing I need to work on is getting my cardio in. I should be doing it 2 to 3 times per week, and I didn't quite make it. So I stepped on the scale and I'm down to 286.4 pounds, which is a 3-pound loss over the previous week. 3 pounds is a pretty good amount of weight to lose in 1 week. So that means I lost 14.6 pounds in the month of January. If I'm being honest, I would have liked to have lost more, but I have to remember that progress is progress. I don't know if you're like me, but when I get into weight loss mode, I want to see the scale move, and I want to see it move fast. This means I can get discouraged when I don't lose as much as I think I should, and I can get devastated if the scale doesn't move or moves in the wrong direction. I have to keep reminding myself this is a marathon, not a sprint. Take the losses where you can get them, no matter how big or small. 15 pounds in 26 days is a lot. That means I'm still averaging over a pound every 2 days. That kind of average should not be taken lightly. I keep having to remind myself that the average will not stay that high over the long term, and prepare myself for the weeks when the weight loss starts to slow and I'm not losing 3 pounds or more a week. So now for some real talk between us. After weigh-in number 4, me and my wife loaded up and we went on an early Valentine's getaway. And yes, before you ask, there were failures involved. I did eat off diet. Me and my wife don't get away very often, and we talked about it and decided, you know what, we're just going to enjoy the weekend. So how bad did I mess up? Actually, I'm still pretty proud of myself. It was a road trip. We took some keto snacks with us. We ate on the way there. When we got there, we did go out to dinner. We had dessert. That's 1 meal. Got up the next morning, had breakfast. That's 2. Then we went around, did some sightseeing before we came back home. So the impact was 2 meals. A few months ago, I would have used that as an excuse to be off diet the entire trip and when we got home. Now, how to get back on track? I'm going to fast. I haven't ate since that breakfast I told you about, and I'm planning to fast 48 hours to ensure my body is back in ketosis and I undo some of the damage of those 2 meals. I've done this in the past, and it's a pretty effective way to get back into weight loss mode. In fact, I'll probably dedicate an entire video to it at some point and the science behind it. So I guess the last question is, what kind of an impact am I going to have on my next weigh-in from those 2 meals? I am expecting an impact, and I'm preparing for it. Rest assured, I will tell you all about it next week. Stay tuned.